When I'm 18, I start have dreams. Most I have dreams like I'm in a war and I'm in a partisan. They say here, all people say when people start dream or children they play too much war and something gonna happen.
Wherever you go, it's the same thing. You find injustice, you find ill treatment, you find oppression. And the only place I find that is ideal for me, it's not in this life. I kill only when it's necessary.
Ethnic cleansing.
And then the rest of the world is standing by, just giving lip service and no action. And I see that it is necessary for me to commit myself to such a time and a place. I'll go and help those people, whoever they may be.
Malo me to iznenadilo. Pored svi oni koji su jedva čekali da iziđu iz Bosne, da odu iz te Golgote i tako dalje, pojavljuje se neki čovjek iz Amerike, Amerikanac, koji jednostavno hoće da pomogne Bošnjacima, Bosni.
Mi u armiji Bosne i Hercegovine znate i sami da smo krenuli sa tandžarama, kuburama, puškama, pa kroz razne načine jačali i razvijali. Međutim, Ali je došao opremljen stvarno kao američki marinac. Međutim, opet nismo bili raštili kako sa kompletnom opremom dolazi u vrijeme embarga, sankcija prema Bosni i Hercegovini.
When I came over here, I brought all my equipment. I used an Israeli H-type web belt on my person. I would carry 11 hand grenades. I had a 9mm Beretta. I had my knife chucked inside of my web gear, and I'd have attached to the back portion, I'd strap them in. I'd have 2 light anti-tank rockets. Right side of my rucksack, I would have a machete, just in case I needed that.
They sent us a 93 in Zenica and Ponier. They sent us, we have the, some training about, military stuff.
Who trained you?
Some people from, Iran.
Uglavnom, Ali je uspio napraviti jedan dobar tim, znači, od tih izviđača, pogotovo sa tom svojom opremom, sa maskiranjem lica, znači, davo im je još jedan veći moral za borbu, a i sam on svojim, znači, stalnim držanjem, onim vojničkim, znači, ono što je nekad nama falilo da bi sačuvalo glavu, znači, doprinosio je tome da se posao radi onako kako treba.
They had rape and torture camps, and I mean, we had gone through places like, example, in Cluj, they had killed something, I'm not sure if it's 600 civilians that they had killed, and a lot of them had been, small children and infants, and a lot of the infant remains that we found these large nails that had been like slammed into their foreheads. I could only see them as some subhuman species. And my attitude was, wherever we find them, kill them.
Veću snagu i pesnicu ka neprijatelju. Ja opet kažem, ne želim da budem subjektivan, ali smo daleko onda još bili jači i prema
He is wanted in the United States for questioning for terrorist activities. Therefore, we take his possible presence in the country very seriously.
Concern that Isa might be able to talk his way onto an American base in Bosnia caused the U.S. military to distribute his picture to all checkpoints in the country.
If he is cited, he will be detained.
When we go to American embassy, they never stop us. We say no evidence, like FBI, you don't have nothing against him. They cannot prove nothing. You don't have no, like even for ticket for parking car. They don't have nothing against him.
In all the places that I've been and fought in wars, I've fought against men and machines, those who have either invaded or occupied somebody's country.
Until I left the CIA in 1997, and like I said, I was in Sarajevo and Beirut where he was. I've never seen any evidence against him that would suggest that he should either have an arrest warrant or be kept off airplanes.
no one should have a reason to be afraid of me because, like I said, I'm not an aggressor. And that I chose to be a terrorist, I'm saying in the camera, you wouldn't have known it was me. Washington, D.C. is a very dangerous place. Well, I feel more comfortable here in Bosnia-Herzegovina. I mean, it's like, here you have still what you call a family system, okay? I mean, foundation, family and all. It's not as much stress and not as many people as in America. And they're a little more old world and discipline. When in the States, it's like, especially in D.C., me living there, it's like this. When I go to work, every day I have to think, who will I might have to kill just to get to work, and then who might I have to kill on my way home? It's like there are no front lines. It's not even Vietnam. It's like wherever you turn, you never know who you're gonna meet. That's just not a way to live. Always thinking, who am I gonna kill today? Because the people are so ill-willed and ill-disciplined. I mean, to take a man's life, it's not a really pleasant thing, okay? And to go as if you're some savage beast, you know, and this dark side of you comes out, that's not a thing you want to show everybody every day. And plus, you don't have mountains in D.C. like this. What would you do when someone invades your country, occupies your land? What would you do? I'm not a terrorist, I'm not an aggressor, I'm not a war junkie. I didn't think I was coming here like the savior of the world. I just wanted to be just a part of what was taking place here and to show that they were not alone. And that for them to know that, you know, they weren't forgotten. It's just like in Islam, there's a saying that we are like one body. And when one part of the body hurts, the rest of the body's gonna feel the pain. So that's what happened to me. I felt the pain. My wife and I, we've been in the same combat conditions. So, I mean, it's like I can't sit around and mope about, oh, you know, I'm all by myself and, you know, I'm all alone in this. No, I got basically half the country who's been through this madness, so I don't feel so by myself. In moments and times that brought these guys to this place, they gave all they had, you know, in that spirit of self-sacrifice. That's what it is, self-sacrifice. And you can't forget stuff like that, no matter what land, what people. You know, when you sacrifice your life for a cause that is worth giving your life for, it has to mean something. The best thing about being alive? My family. Anybody here? Say no. God there. I'd like to see them live their life, you know, how they think and how they feel is best. I'm going to do everything that I can do to enable them to, you know, fulfill many of their dreams. Because a lot of the brutal madness that I had seen, you know, men beating their wives the way they did, or the types of situations that were happening when, you know, men were brutally beating their children like that and having them scream. Hey, no, go ahead, boy. Put this in the sink in the kitchen. Don't drop the dishes.
That thing could take on.
Well, actually, they have asked me questions about my life. And my son, sometimes when he asks me questions about my life, I see him sitting over there with tears in his eyes and I ask him, why are you crying? He says, your life is so sad. I said, no, man. I said, this was a good moment in life. It helped me to become a stronger and better person. You see that? That's some dirty stuff. No more. All the gloves off, man. You want to do it like that? He said, well, when I grow up, I want to be just like you, Dad. I said, no, you grow up and be better than me. All right, Zainab, let me fight Zainab. Get out of here. Hey, now. I'm out of there. They've got mountains, they've got countryside. I mean, sheep walk down the street, cows mooing next door, and, you know, and you hear roosters crowing in the morning. You know, you don't have the, you know, asphalt, concrete jungle. And they got mom and dad in the house. Every now and then I have to shift up on them and put that little drill sergeant thing in there, because like I say, you know, I'm not into, you know, kicking them around, slapping them around. You see that? Yeah. The front of it, all of that, all the way around is landmines. I would never have my kids feel as though they were abandoned and just left to, you know, get caught up in the breeze. That boy runs like a snail. I know that's not a way for any child to live. And the good part about it is that it makes me feel good when they tell me that I'm a good father, you know, because I'm still learning.
But he helped me. He told me so many stories, you know. He wake up something inside me. And my heart now is open more about, you know, Islam.
As far as the Arabs believing that they have to spread Islam, that they feel as though they're out planting seeds, then hopefully they're doing it for the reasons of pleasing the Creator, rather than trying to serve some political agenda and trying to manipulate people into some mad conditions that are taking place here on earth. Does any religion own the truth? Does man truly own the earth? We can't own the truth. No, we can walk in truth. We can live the truth, you know. I don't know about owning it. I mean, how much can you pay for the truth?
Isa's story typifies the predicament of many mujahideen in the 1980s and 1990s. And I think his narrative, his journey, tells you a great deal about how history shifts and changes. What used to be freedom fighters in the 1980s and 1990s are now seen as terrorists and Al-Qaeda-like killers and evildoers.
Inshallah.